Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk with Aparna Ramesh, the owner of Still Within Yoga. Thank you very much for having me here in your incredible, beautiful house. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. So tell us, please, what made you start this business? What brought you to teach yoga?
Um, I think yoga was always very personal to me. I started practicing when I was very young, about 10 years old, and had never thought of teaching it though. But something changed for me when my daughter was born. I went back to India. I used to live here in Canada. I went back to India so she could get to know our family. And I just happened to walk into a yoga teacher training and I loved it. And there was no looking back. I have to teach yoga. It's definitely a big part of my purpose of being here.
Great. And there is any a challenge that you see today in terms of teaching yoga here in Canada?
Um, yeah, I wouldn't, they're not necessarily challenges, but they're realities, I would say. For one, the population is much lower than most other countries.
Yes.
So generally, the market is just that much smaller. The other is, and this is probably a developing, evolving culture. And so um, yoga is not very deep rooted here. It's not considered a lifestyle. It
Uh-huh.
is more considered an
An
exercise.
exercise, right?
Yes. And so when you start approaching it from the point of view of an exercise, you have a lot of options. You
Yes.
can do Pilates, you can do weights, you can run, you can walk. There's lots that you can do for exercise. But in some countries, particularly in the East, yoga is a lifestyle.
Ah,
And um, and so there's no choice. It's
okay.
what everybody does.
Okay.
And so it's definitely very, very different teaching here. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of change in style to appeal to the local market.
Okay. And talking about styles, what is the style of yoga that you teach?
Aha, that's a good one. I
I'm
get
not
asked a lot.
a yoga expert, but I heard that there are a lot of different names or styles.
Yes, I teach the classical traditional hatha.
Hatha.
Yes.
Okay. And what is this? In what is this different than the other ones?
Um,
I'm trying to educate
so
myself.
yeah, for sure. That's a good thing. So hatha is the traditional yoga that um, has always been practiced in India.
Mhm.
When we talk about the physical aspects of yoga, that is. So even before hatha came up, there were other forms of yoga called ashtanga, which were more focused on meditation, breath work, that sort of thing. But when we are talking about physical practice in yoga, hatha is what comes up.
Okay.
And traditional hatha is what the ancient yogis taught us. We have made lots of modifications. We've included hot yoga and beer yoga
Ah.
and dog yoga and goat yoga, and I can go on and on and on. And those are just, to me, they're just dilutions of
Okay.
um, of a lifestyle that is very, very fulsome in and of itself.
A way to make money, probably, instead of thinking about a lifestyle.
Yeah, and also about attracting people to try something new,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which, yeah,
Which is valuable, but goes apparently it goes away from the initial purpose, right?
it does. It does take away from that.
All right. And tell me what most people don't know about your business.
Hmm. I think that post pandemic, for sure, the business has changed drastically.
Mhm.
I mostly teach my classes online, and
Okay.
that's because during the pandemic, my students, some of whom were local, but some of whom live thousands of miles away, started to practice with me. And and we've been together now in this teacher practitioner relationship for so long that I cannot abandon my online classes. And I absolutely started to enjoy teaching online, which was surprising even for myself. I thought I needed to be in my studio. I needed that one-on-one, but I've been able to successfully have that same relationship online. And so that makes a lot more sense to me now. And given all the other challenges that I was describing to you earlier, it is less and less meaningful to stick to the old business style of this is my studio, I rent it, I pay rent, I go in here for a few hours and students come in when they can. It makes very little sense to do that. So that's something that a lot of people don't know, that most of my classes are online. I offer some workshops in my studio on Saturdays.
Nice.
The other thing that most people probably don't know is the focus of my business is teacher training. And so I teach along with my own guru and some other teachers all across the world. We collaborate and do teacher trainings.
Nice. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But thinking about the end client, the final client, do you, if a client will ask you to go to his place or her place, do you do that as well? No.
Very rarely.
Okay.
Very rarely.
Because people don't ask you, or you're not open to it? You prefer to be in online classes or in your studio?
Honestly, it's neither. It's really just a lack of time.
Okay.
Yeah. So my days are really booked up.
That's great.
And so I also work full time. And so when I come back, I have classes to teach. And if I were to travel to a client's home, it would definitely have to be something pretty exceptional. I have done it though.
Okay.
Like I recently had somebody that was recovering from severe depression and was finding it very challenging to leave their home. So yes, I have gone to the client's home because I needed to accommodate that, but I typically don't.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. It's good that you are that busy.
It is good to be busy.
And well, we are neighbors. We live here at Fleetwood, Tynehead in Surrey.
Yes, we do.
And tell me, how long have you been living here?
Just over 2 years.
2 years.
I moved from the island.
Okay.
Yeah.
And anything in particular that you love about the neighborhood?
I think it's a really friendly community. You just walk around and it's beautiful, and people are really super friendly. I've also been part of this Facebook and Nextdoor. They seem connected. I'm not very good with these social media platforms, but anyways, it looks like there's a really engaged community here. People are always posting, talking about neighborhood events, helping each other out. So yeah, love it here.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I myself love the park. I always take my kids there and they love it. We go for walks there.
Yes.
It's amazing. Yeah, this neighborhood is really good.
Yes.
And let's go deeper
sure.
onto you now. Something that nobody knows about you that you are okay sharing.
Oh, okay.
Or your clients don't know.
Okay. Let's see. I think most people don't know that I come from a clinical background. I'm a speech pathologist by trade. I worked in various hospitals all over the world. I studied in the US. I worked there for a bit, worked here, worked in India. And 15 years later, I kind of tired of the clinical work. I just needed to take a break emotionally from that kind of intense work. So I've been doing project management. And so that's the other thing that clients find surprising when they call me, is they assume that I teach full time, but I don't. And that sometimes also explains why I have way fewer classes than perhaps other studios.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
And how the clients get in touch with you if they don't know you yet? What is the best way to reach out to you?
I'm open to website contact. There's a link there. It's an email that lands directly in my inbox. It's connect@stillwithinyoga.com. My phone number's on there. Happy to talk, text, all of those, WhatsApp. Everything works.
Great, so it's easy.
It's easy. It's very easy.
Well, it was a pleasure talking with you and knowing about you more. thank you for having me here. And just visit her website, stillwithinyoga.com,
That's right. You got it.
and and get to know her better. Try some classes. Thank you very much.
Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. It's
Thank you.
wonderful talking to you.
Thank you.